illegally, then I give it back. I got a diplomatic passport. The minister got to show that I acquired the passport illegally. Then I will give it back to her. And then they can grab me, handcuff me, and put me in jail. But as a former minister, a former official of government, the entitlement I have, I know it. The regulation that she canceled, the old regulation, 2016, there's a way to cancel regulation for a regulation, administrative regulation to be legal. It has to be signed by our president. So let the new president sign a new regulation and say that the old regulation is not working. This is why the people are in court. There's a way to run government. You can't wake up one morning and say, oh, our passport canceled. My passport is not canceled. I will use it when I need to use it. And I challenge anybody from Ministry of Foreign Affairs to try and take it because I got it legally. The 2016 regulation she talked about also entitles former ministers to have passports. So what are you talking about? If there are people who acquire passport illegally, arrest them. But for you to generalize and blemish and tint everybody because you think you want to face passport problem, it's unacceptable to someone.
If a race car is not put on a racetrack, it would not be a race car. Is that the same as being parked in the garage?
God willing, 2029 we'll be back. The battle has just started. The Tarafa, we were there before and we'll be there. Sometimes it's good to get the opponent chance. In less than 100 days, they made so many mistakes. I'll tell you, behind election today, CDC will win it. But don't give up. This is the biggest chance that God has given you to see whether or not you are resilient.
The first 100 days, we have said it over and again. We know the cost of living in this country and even health problems that are associated with the messy road conditions. We want to improve that immediately so that we can prepare for their construction. We want to thank them, President Buya, for conceding, and want to assure them that we are all Liberians. What we want is a peaceful Liberia. Our move will be to reconcile the society, to make sure that we all get on board to build our country.
Reconciliation starts immediately in Liberia so that everybody can have a sense of belonging and we can avoid any other upheavals in Liberia. It was a lesson for Africa. We need to learn from Liberia. We need to know that elections take place regularly, and if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck next time. And we thank Liberia and we salute the courage of President George Weah.
If a race car is not put on a racetrack, it would not be a race car. Is that the same as being parked in the garage?
Tima Doma is my cousin. I was born in Nimakante.
You got birth certificate?
I come in now. Rev in TikTok. Rev, you divorce your wife 2 times. You divorce a 2 wife woman.
You see how you done lie? I only been married twice. How I divorced twice? You know jack about me. You don't want to say you would divorce your wife and she vote for CDC. Don't play with me. You don't know jack about me. You don't know me.
Yesterday, in Jikotan, there's a community in Ganta called Jikotan. A 55-year-old man by the name of Daniel in Tukpa. He allegedly cut the hands of a woman believed to be in her early 30 yesterday in Ganta today. And according to the eyewitnesses and the residents in the Identical community, people who live around Daniel, they are being a little misunderstanding. And Daniel stopped Jessica Davis from passing in his yard. So yesterday, Jessica following in the interior and told Jessica that I want to eat something. So can you please go in the market and purchase something for me? So Jessica left on her horse. She thought that Daniel was not in his yard. So she decided to pass, very fast in the yard. Bad lucky for her when she was walking yesterday. Passing Daniel yard. Daniel took a collar.
Don't show me nothing too much of that.
1, 2, 3, I'm loving you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back.
Here within my heart again.
Long time no see. Out your love, I'm lonely. I miss you, and it's too hard to bear. What have you done to me? I'm waking up in the middle of the night without you, and it's so unfair. I toss and turn, reach for you, only my pillows. Soon awake, the morning sun rises, but I'm alone. Hurts my soul. 1, 2, 3, I'm loving you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back.
Here within my arms again.
It shows on my face, the evidence is right here. My smile has been erased, can't you tell? I have no appetite, my food has no taste. I'm losing weight, thought you could be replaced. I daydream of you and me and how great we used to be. Girl, and I firmly believe of turning all these dreams into reality. And like a child, I would say it's so easy to you. 1, 2, 3, I love you.
And indeed, a great day for us again. We say welcome, good afternoon to you, wherever you are. This is Bit and Pieces on Voice of Liberia.
I'm missing you.
And of course, we are not what we know, but what we are willing to learn. Good people are good because they have become to wisdom through failure. Remember, your word is a lamp for my feet and a light for my path. The first problem for all of us men,
long time no see.
The first problem for all of us men and women is not to learn, but to unlearn.
Hard to bear.
Yeah, to learn to unlearn, right?
Done to me. I'm waking up in the middle of the night.
Our motherland will never fall. Mama Liberia will rise again. Would the economy of our country be better in the hands of people who are serving us today? God, where have we gone wrong to be treated like this in this manner in the hands of the wicked ones? And of course, Bit and Pieces on your radio this afternoon. My name is Edwin Melvin Joa Sam Andrews. He will join us later. Sam Andrews will join us later on. Bit and Pieces come your way every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 o'clock p.m.
Long time no see.
So on today's presentation of Bit and Pieces, I'm here up to 6 o'clock, and things we got for you on the presentation today. Let me give you the lineup on what we got here today, and we'll be discussing. The Financial Intelligence Agency of Liberia, FIA, has pledged its full support to the proposal of the National Lottery Authority of Liberia to procure a digital tracking system.
Morning sun rises.
And President Boakai appoint new finance minister, IT finance minister. The President Boakai has appointed a new IT finance minister.
4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back. 1, 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing.
And we will run through Bonkante. Over 150 students from the 4 high schools in Salala district have written phase 4 of the Tongsin Development Alliance student internship program with an appreciation to the CEO, William Tongsin. Okay.
has no taste. I'm losing weight.
And still in Bone County,
I daydream.
we will focus our eyes on the citizens of a town called Tokpapolu. Tokpapolu, they have finally given a farewell to the longest serving teacher. The citizens of Tokpapolu and its surrounding towns and villages have paid their last respect to a 75-year-old teacher, Joseph Jackson, who served the education sector for decades. Yeah, so Mr. Jackson, who served as the principal of the public school Masada district for over 20 years. Wow, he did well to serve for 20 years. Wow, over 20 years, in fact. These plus many others coming up from my Gibi County and the cash giveaway. The former president George Manan Weah entered country on Friday. These plus many other enter country. Former President George Weah.
It's too hard to bear.
Enter country. So we're going to talk about that too. So we say stay tuned. We take a break and be back.
Without you, and it's so unfair. 1, 2, 3, I'm loving you. 2, 3, I love you. 4, 5, 6, I'm missing you. 7, 8, 9, I want you back.
Here within my arms again.
Long time no see. Out your love, I'm lonely. I miss you, and it's too hard to bear.
Okay. So we say welcome back to Bit and Pieces. My name is Edwin Melvin Jua. Sam Andrews is not in today, but will be in subsequently. Let's try to acknowledge those of you who have come on this afternoon, and let acknowledge those of you who have come on. Anthony Rogers, right, and say good morning from my Pennsylvania, USA. And Papi Keita, good afternoon, voice of Liberia-VOL, CDC Papi Success Keita from Duporo. And Marcos Jide writes and said, good afternoon, VOL, watching from Sofin Community, Congo Town. Jimmy Jingo Jacko writes and said, Morrow Township, New Jersey. And Chichopole Womo writes and said, I'm following from Johnsonville, South Store. Solomon Quebin writes and said, good afternoon, watching live from Oru, Divan Town. Mohammed J. Shari writes and said, good afternoon, Edwin. I'm watching from Jacobtown in Gentleman Agreement Community. And Joseph Dawon said, good afternoon, Sam Andrews. I'm T. Dawon, currently in Ganta City, Nima County, where I'm pretty seated at around Guinea Row, Melonia Quarter. I'm watching from. And Blaman Taylor writes and says, I'm watching you from my residence, Pipeline Supermarket, District 3, Moserado County. And David Giflaw, I'm pretty seated and watching from my Joab Market, Waterside. And Melvin Down comes on and say, good morning. I'm watching from these mornings lower, the United States. Chance Drulukins Gray. Good day. I'm closely following from Coffee Farm, Carwell. Juje Wongwe, good morning. I'm following live from Johnsonville. And Emmanuel B. Mason, he said, I'm following from my Gentleman Agreements Corner here in, where is this? It says Devonta. Yeah, Augustine Tule. He say, I'm watching you from Baltimore, Maryland, USA. And Sagado B. Kroman. He say, I'm watching you live from Kerry Street, Morovia. Juja One welcomes on again. Say good afternoon. I'm following live from Johnsonville. Okay, so that's how we're gonna be doing it. And those of you who will continue to come on, we will continue to bring you live on the activities on the show this afternoon. And lastly, we on our plate an update on the violence caused by the Fulanins against the Liberian in the midst of land dispute. And Margibi County now has a new police commander. And the LDA in Margibi County has challenges. Okay, has some challenges. Okay. So these plus many other will be on your radio this afternoon up to 6 o'clock. But before we go or get started, we bring you on the Catch Money Giveaway. Something you listen to radio and make more money on your radio. So today we're giving out 4,000 Liberian dollars on each play and win. Once you play and win, we give you 4,000 Liberian dollars. So all you need to do is put in your entry, the star 799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 for the Liberia. Play with 100 Liberian dollars and win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. And as you win 4,000 Liberian dollars today, immediately we transfer your money to your account. So star 799 hatch, okay, and play with number 8. Select number 8 for Liberia and stand a chance of winning 4,000 Liberian dollars. The more you play, the closer you get to winning. Winner never quit, and a quitter is never a winner. Star 799 hatch, okay, and select number 8 for Liberia. Play with 100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. So that's it for the cash giveaway on today. We're giving out 4,000. We move in detail about the Financial Intelligence Agency of Liberia, the FIA, what their commitment to the Liberia National Lottery Authority. And the Lottery Authority will come on with a proposal to the FIA. So the Financial Intelligence Agency, headed by Mohamed Nazar of Liberia, FIA, has pledged its full support to the proposal of the National Lottery Authority of Liberia to procure a digital tracking system to be operated by a private firm to monitor transactions carried out online both locally and internationally. The FIA also cautioned the National Lottery Authority Director General to put in place a system to strictly monitor the face-to-face slot machines operated by accredited licensed gaming companies in the country for compliance to Liberia's AML or CFT laws and other regulatory measures. So, Mohamed Nazar, who was appointed by the President Joseph Boakai, is the head of the Financial Intelligence Agency, comes from Bone County, and he is a former senatorial candidate, contested twice in Bone County. He last lost to Prince Moy he last lost to Johnny Way and Prince Moy of Bone County, and has been given the post to serve and manage as a director of the Financial Intelligence Agency of Liberia, the FIA. The Lottery Authority, the National Lottery Authority of Liberia, earlier proposed to the FIA to procure a digital system. The Liberia Lottery Authority have to do with the various betting companies in Liberia. The 1xBet, we got 1xBet in Liberia. We got Betomax in Liberia. We got the radio entertainment also, and we got StarBet in Liberia. So they will write a proposal to have a monitoring team, and the monitoring team will have to do with somebody who will watch the system to regulate the activities of finance that comes in and goes out, because we know in all part of the lottery authority, there will be people who will bet, who will place in their bet, and sometimes you will see that the company will send you back a confirmation that your bet is being placed in. But then at times you will observe that your ticket or your slip given you that you have placed in your bet, on the reality you will come out that all of your ticket will cross, like those of you who will bet on the football games. When you bet, you know that your ticket crossed, but at time when you go to check the ticket, they tell you that some other teams sport the ticket, but in reality you follow the rules, you follow the results of those games, they will tell you that they are good. And the NLA, that has to do with the National Lottery Authority, will come in, and the FIA has pledged its full support to the proposal. So they say they want to bring in machine and the monitoring system where the FIA will also be monitoring their affairs, but they're going to be owned and operated. Maybe they're going to be owned by the National Lottery Authority, or the people from the FIA will also be monitoring the system. But they say it should be on a private basis. It will not be from government. It will not also be from the StarBet, the 1xBet, the radio entertainment, but it's going to be operated by a private firm, where if you got your group of IT company, they will give you the contract. If you apply for the contract, they will give you the contract. And when you get the contract, your work and duty will be to go and observe how people placing bet. It's all in line with the money laundering. The FIA responsibility is to regulate money laundering and tourism in the country. So if someone came in the country with huge amount of money, or somebody won huge amount of money, this particular regulating arm of the betting system will go asking and investigating the person, or asking the person how they intend to use the money as well, because they don't want the person to get involved into terrorism. Because when you involve into terrorism, you will have to start doing business with some of the guys who got the wicked mind. They will come in like they have come to develop or come to do business with the government. And on the contrary, they will start to undermine the operation of the government, or sometimes stop to do a dubious act in the government. Some of them can support armed transportation in the country. And once the country, that particular country has too many arms, and having illegal arms in the country is a violation against the law. And when people got arms, they will not fear nobody. They will go about just doing their own thing because they depend on gun. So it causes violence, it causes chaos, it causes war. So the National Lotto Authority proposal to get the digital system. So they will be observing everybody who will place in bet, people who will win money, how much dollar they place in and how much they have won, and that regulation will be put in place. And the FIA head Mohammed Nazar will come in and say it is a good thing because we don't want our citizens to suffer from anything that will be a dubious act, because some of the betting uh, company will come in completely being criminal minded. When you put in your bet, they will not give it to you. You put in your bet, they will tell you not put in your bet. So now when you win to give you your money, you have to write them. And the reason why you experience these things will be because the company will have a particular people who will be on the highway to hijack the information between the company and the customers. So those of you who will win your money, they got some people who got the IT knowledge. They will hack the system, like how in our election we saw things running. Certain time will come, NEC website they will shut it down, and you will see the opposition came out. NEC want to cheat, that's why they're shutting the website down. But NECU later will come in with a press release or a press statement that someone tried to hack the system, and when somebody hack the system, automatically you, the owner of the system, don't have a control on the system anymore. So anybody will do their own thing on the system and you will take the blame. So it appears that NEC has done this, but NEC is not the one that did it. But it will appear and tarnish the image and reputation of the boss of NEC. So this is why they want to bring in this digital system in the country. It is a great one that we will laud the FIA authority, the Financial Intelligence Agency Authority, for. So we move on to President Boakai. President Boakai appoints new IT finance minister. And 2 days ago, the president appointed the new finance minister, Buema Kamara. The finance minister of recent resigned, citing poor health conditions, and was criticized by people in government and outside government that it is based on political pressure. Some will say he didn't do the will of the president. He wanted to be very objective, very strict. So things were not going the way of the president. So the president pressured him to resign. Other than that, he would have dismissed him. And to maintain the repetition, you got to resign, so that people who didn't know exactly that you were being dismissed for maybe just little thing, that somebody would turn to be against you. And other will say the man resigned because the president said he was not comfortable working with him, because the president didn't see the law of qualification in Buema Kamara. People say Buema was not qualified. That's he was not competent to run the finance ministry. So every time the president had issue with him, so the president will go on telling him he need to resign because he's not comfortable working with him. In how much he's not doing the job adequately. So he was under pressure to resign. And some went on to say Buema was not well. Ian March, he cited in the letter that he was not well. He has some health complication. He never used to go to work every time. But we have some informers in the ministry. They will inform us that the minister used to go to work. So it's not about the minister never used to go to work. That's why they have to pressure him to resign. But the president has appointed IT finance minister. It was on Friday, July 12th. He appointed the IT finance minister. Executive Action, Monrovia. President Joseph Yuma Boakai Sr. has named Mr. Anthony Myers as acting Minister of the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, following the resignation of Minister Boema Kamara. Minister Meyer, who is currently the Deputy Minister for Fiscal Affairs at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, is expected to work in his new role to ensure the stability of the economic and strive to put Liberia on a sustained path of growth, development, and prosperity. This appointment takes immediate effect. President Bwaka calls on the acting minister to continue to demonstrate diligence, commitment, integrity, professionalism, and loyalty in service to country. Signed, Kula Fofana, Presidential Press Secretary. So Kula signed the letter of appointment by acting Minister Anthony Myers. So, the appointment of some officials, like we said, in this government never came at the will of the president or through the scrutinization process of the president himself. So some of the ministers or directors who are appointed will demonstrate their ignorance in the various positions. Some will do their best. Some wouldn't do because they got recommended the wrong way, only because they had the connection in government, they had a relationship in government. So they went on by appointing them into various ministries and agencies. So you will see a lot of them will resign. A lot of them will be dismissed. President Joseph Boakai, with the wealth of experience, we consider, wouldn't want to consider people in his government that will be a liability to the government, only there to take pay, there to strangulate the government, only there to take the allowances that belongs to them, and would not work adequately in the interest of their terms and conditions on the job. We are not saying Boema Kamara is not competent for the job. We are not also saying he's competent for the job. But we're saying this to say, if Boema will resign this early stage of this government, Boema cited reasons why he resigned due to health issue, but people will go beyond to do investigation and know exactly as to whether it is true that Boema resigned from health complication. People at the ministry has informed us that Boema used to go to work. Boema didn't appear like he's a sick person, though, you wouldn't know whether he's facing a health condition because you are not a medical person. But Boema represented Liberia when they had a signing program at the World Bank. He went to represent Liberia. Boema has represented Liberia outside Liberia on numerous occasions, and he spoke lengthily, adequately, eloquently on behalf of the country he represented and came back. Boema has been spotted in numerous programs around Liberia, moving very healthy and strong. Coming in to say Boema resigned because of health complication is sometimes people will caution that because somebody will say it is from political pressure. A person who resigning will not clearly spread out sometimes the pressure from the job because they need further recommendation from government. So they will go on to print it like the government is purely clean. So their resignation don't bother on the reputation of the government. So Boema resignation might turn or appear to be he did mentioned in his resignation that he's not well because he don't want the public to know that it is from political pressure, maybe that the president has earlier tried to go into deal with him and he has refused to go into deals. So the president is not comfortable working with him because if the president tells you this, you have to work at the will and pleasure of the president. But then he has opted working at the will in terms of condition, not at the will of the president to sing the glory. So he seems to be a threat to the president. He was not taking direct mandate now, as the president will say, disburse this, and immediately he does. So it seemed to be he was not in line with several other things the president will propose to him. So based on that, the president start to complain about him. And once the president start to complain about you, to maintain your reputation, you got to openly come up to resign. And once you resign, the people will hold you of high esteem that you resign because you didn't want to be part of the clandestine deals by the government. So Burma resigned. Anthony Myers is now being appointed as the IT finance minister. Anthony Myers, who earlier served as the minister, as a deputy minister for fiscal affairs, very close of having the technical ideas and knowledge of becoming a finance minister. After the resignation of Burma Kamaran, several other names surfaced, and close confidant of the president and members of the Unity Party were convinced, and they thought that the president who have run a decision in the way they thought about those names that were surfacing. The lack of Eugene, former finance minister, let's say Gavon, Augustine P. Gavon, name service. Augustine name service, and you saw that others came out and had their say on Gavon, how Gavon is competent enough to steer the affairs of the finance ministry, but he is deeply involved in the politics, so the president should not appoint him. And the president did not appoint Gavon based on Gavon's close relationship with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So President Bouaka will see most of former President Sirleaf's close allies as a threat to him, because both of them have the understanding on how Ellen ran the government. So he feels that when they come on board, the Ellen mentality or the Ellen theory will be the one they will want to implement in his government, and it might give him a tough time, giving the understanding that the connections Ellen had in her government, Bouaka doesn't have those connections. The international relationship she had, the partners she will link up with to bring in foreign investors in Liberia, and how the deal will go about between former President Sirleaf and those investors, Bouaka don't have the connection. So Bouaka feel most threatened in his leadership when he will bring on Augustine Gavon. So Bouaka now smartly brought another person on board that he feels that he will run at any time, because he appointed this person as a deputy minister for fiscal affairs. So giving the person the promotion from fiscal affairs to minister proper, it gives the understanding to the president that this person will be subject to me in as much he feels that I have promoted him. Everything I want him to do at the ministry, he will do them, because he wants to maintain the ministerial position. This is why he did not clearly spread out to appointing as a minister proper, but rather to appointing as an IT minister, that when you work at my will, after a few times when I see you're working, then I will make you the minister proper. But if you come on and will not do exactly what I will need or what I want you to do, then I will have you replaced with another person. So this is the game now. Anthony Myers, now you will see Anthony Myers will be placed in a position where the president will just order him to do what he wants him to do, and he will go on doing these things because he wants to be the minister proper. In March, they have serving a letter of an IT minister, and he wants to be proper. He will go working at the will and pleasure of President Joseph Boakai. Something that we sense that Boema Kamara didn't accept, he didn't agree to do, is what now Anthony Myers will be obligated to, because he wants to be the minister proper. So this is now what many of the president's deal will be on the way. The 22 million that was allotted to the public work was never accounted for. The legislature will call on Roland Giddens, the minister from public work. And when he went there, he admitted that they squandered that money, they ate that money, and, started justifying how they bought the deck to backfill. Liberia, SICO, the Chinese International Construction Company that was building the Rela to Banga highway, they didn't buy deck. Foreigner as they are, they didn't buy deck. Liberians as we are, we start to buy deck in our own country to fill or backfill the roads in Liberia. How true could that be? So the Senate will tell him that he didn't do well, so they misappropriated that money, and they went on to appeal, and the legislature pardoned him. So these ideas that we think the president will want Anthony Myers, the IT minister of finance ministry, to be in, because once these things are in line with the president's command, you will dance at the will of the president. So the Lord and gospel will be preached. Every minister will submit to the president, and when you submit to the president will feel comfortable working with you. And every time he will call for dinner, you will be a part, because he feel that everything he wants to do, you are a part of it, and he will feel that the agenda of the government, the IRS agenda, he will feel that you are supportive to the IRS agenda. But then, if we go investigatively, it said that the particular minister is in line with the IRS agenda, or are we implementing the policy? What we promised the people, what we're doing, or we have come on the contrary to do exactly what pleased us? So those are hard questions to the real leader, or the patriotic leader will ask himself or herself. The promise we gave the people, we will do this. What we're doing right now, or are we working at the will of an individual, or we are to work at the terms and conditions of our positions? So I think Minister Anthony Myers will be on all obligation to work at the will of the president as Boema Kamara resigns. So Boema didn't accept some of the deals, so he has to resign because of political pressure, but he terminated his letter as a health complication because he still need, an appointment maybe from elsewhere. But trust me, the president would not feel comfortable appointing Boema in any lucrative position, because he feels that when Boema goes in any lucrative position, Boema will not be supportive to his deals. So Boema will not be in line with what he wants to do. So he can't appoint Boema into a lucrative position. And trust me, Anthony Myers would just be similar. Anthony Myers will not do adequately what the terms and conditions of a minister to do at that ministry, because he is an IT minister. He follows the path of the former minister Boema Kamara, and he knows exactly what led to the resignation of Boema, and he wouldn't want to be in that path or don't want to resign. So he will go on working at the will and pleasure of the president. So nothing much we expect from Anthony Myers. Whether he has his connection in the outside world, we don't know how connected he is, because a finance minister should be able to have a connection with international partners to lobby, to bring in, donors in the country, partners with foreign banks, and bring in investors. That's the work of the finance minister. But we don't know how connected Anthony Myers is. Anthony Myers just he's not well known. I think the position is welcoming, given the relevant in Liberia, so people will know exactly now that Anthony Myers coming in government, taking the financial position, will make people to know him. He will now stretch hands and open his arm. How we go about bringing in investors to buttress the government effort, but we yet to see them. But I can tell you that nothing much we will see from Anthony. Ian Marsh, the first person, resigned from the political pressure. The next person who will come on will be willing. Anyhow you want to turn that person, the person be willing to be turned that way, because they don't want to lose the job. Ian Marsh, they don't want to lose the job. They will dance at the will and pleasure of the president. And that's not what we call for. The government promised us being very transparent and accountable to us as Liberians. They did not promise us, a clandestine deal. They promised us transparency. So the cash giveaway is on. Keep your entry. Shortly we go to the line. Keep the entry coming through. That star 799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 for Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars on today. Shortly we take our first winner. Right after we shall have gone to the line and get a reaction on the first talking point. 0770-907-907, 0770-907-907. Call, let's get to reaction on the first talking point. We talk about the Financial Intelligence Agency of Liberia, and FIA, has pledged its full support to the proposal of the National Lottery Authority of Liberia to procure a digital tracking system. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name, where you call from?
We are calling you from Bamansville.
Yes, yeah, you, bro.
Well, thank you for your analysis. I don't know if you are just providing your understanding on ice or information. But let me say this. The Minister of Finance, PK, did not resign on pressure. PK,
but you heard what I said?
Stay close to the president.
Hello?
Yeah, let my point now. You got all the time.
And I don't want giving you the time to listen to me. I don't give you the time. The former finance minister resigned and spread out in his letter that he resigned due to health problem.
Exactly.
Our informers told us that the finance minister spread in his letter that he resigned from health due to health complication, but it's not actually from health complication because of political pressure. The finance minister was last seen in several other meetings outside the country, working actively. So how would the finance minister come and say he's resigning because of health complication? That's what I'm saying. So because he wants to maintain, listen to me, because the finance minister wants to maintain his reputation, he never wanted to leave in a job for them to fire him, to have that stigma that they now fire him from the finance ministry. So he have to look for something extra to resign. Professionally, when people quitting jobs due to listen to me now. Professionally, when a person resigning from a job, don't want a stigma on that job, they either resign from a family, they will spare in the letter from family related issue, they resign from health complication, they resign. But when you investigate, you know exactly that there are pressures behind the job that causing the person to resign. Thank you. Hello.
Yes, Sam.
Not Sam. This is Joa.
Oh, Joa. What's up, bro?
I'm fine. Your name is
somebody.
Yeah, somebody. Let's hear you.
But you know when the party guys when they come that party guys. You saying the reality name walk up
get angry with you. What you must say is reality. I don't know why the United boys can always be like this. It's not for our country, man. Hey, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Your name, where you call from?
Mr. And I come from Sunday campus.
Yeah, let's hear you.
It's not sorry for our government and the country. For the fact that Rama Kamara, a hard-working man, especially at 42nd years. This man attended major INO meeting, World Bank meeting of last month. People did not talk about your sick. So we heard the rumor. But this man, something this morning, that man, he religiously believes. So he don't compromise his religious faith for anything. That man, in my mind, I realized that he was not fired because he resigned because of illness, but because of the same machine deal, the 22 million, the manner and form he went, and this government is so desperate and hungry to do anything to satisfy their soul. There's the reason. And I think anybody who want to be like Honorable Gafwa or John Moru, they will never take a job from Joseph Boakai in this manner. Because Omer Boakai is desperate.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Juan, say a pleasant good afternoon to you and your followers. Juan, this is I'm Hussein Kew, and I join you this time from around Jacobstown. Juan, let me say this to you as a brother and friend. You know, there are people who today, Juan is speaking in the land because of the policies at your radio station. Tomorrow, if Juan is to be on another platform, you will be the worst guy in the society. So don't listen to all of those praises and admiration. Do your independent journalism. That is my advice. Moving forward. Now, in relation to the president, you know, saying that the former finance minister resigned due to pressure. Let me say this: Article 54 and Article 56 of the Liberian Code is very clear. Every person that is appointed by the president work at the will and pleasure of the president. So that is constitutional. Nobody goes and works, you know, outside of what the person boss said or say he or she should do. Even at your station, you work at the way and pleasure of the policy or voice of Liberia. So that is it for the constitutional side. And let me say this: when we bring our best to serve, then people try to bring the political side. Those are our best dreams. Those guys went to school out there, they acquire knowledge. Coming back to country and get settled in the country, we want to politicize everything. We have to change. Those are qualified guys in Ministry of Finance. Brahma is a qualified man, he can work anywhere. If he said he resigned because due to health complication, that's something personal. But people should not say the president pressure was because the president was telling him to do something, he was not doing it.
Thank you. Hello? Yeah, you know where you call from?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was making a friend. You most of my time, and suddenly you pushed me out of the line.
Yeah, because you were going contrary to what we were talking, so I needed to cut you off. Hello, please go away from your radio. Yeah,
Melvin,
yeah.
Melvin, sorry, man. How you doing, Melvin?
I'm fine. Your name and where you call from?
Melvin, this is David King. I join you in my residence this afternoon. You see, Melvin, our country is in big trouble. What is happening? You just read a letter about the appointment of the acting finance minister.
Hello? Wow.
Hello?
Yeah, be brief now. Let's see a credit fee, be brief.
Yeah, I was thinking that signature I was fixed on that document that come from the president, Mr. Boakai. But to hear Kula Fofana name to be the signatory appointing the acting finance minister, I think our country is on autopilot, and Boakai is not in charge. That's the fact of the matter. Evident by the fact that
several letters are sorted. Now the acquiescence of the president, of people are fortifying his signature in making people ministers, directors, ministries and agencies. It clearly shows that Mr. Parker is not in charge of our country. So today or tomorrow, when we just get up one morning, we hear that Liberia has signed some kind of dubious deal with some kind of money from somewhere that we don't know about. Mr. Parker will be telling us the next day it was done on gentleman agreement that what they have done with the yellow machine. And today we have an acting finance minister being appointed by Kula Fofana by the signature on a document. It says sign Kula Fofana. So it's not Mr. Bwaga. Kula Fofana now is the president, the de facto president. She has the right to appoint anybody to serve in any capacity. We in trouble. Thank you, Joa. We in trouble.
Thank you. 0770907907. The cash giveaway is still on. We will pick shortly winners in row. We will pick few winners in row soon as we get to the cash giveaway line. So you wouldn't want to miss that opportunity. Keep the entry that *799 hatch. Okay, select number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents US and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. So today we're giving out 4,000 Liberian dollars. Surely we pick our winners in row. So it means that not one winner. So we come and pick up almost like 2 or 3 winners in row. And once we pick them, we come back. We move to my Gibby and Bond County to bring us to speed with regards to happening. 0770-907-907, 0770-907-907. Let me see what I can go now to our catch giveaway to pick up our first winner on the catch giveaway. But keep the entry true, *799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. And as you win, we send your money directly to your account. So today we're giving out 4,000. I'm trying to draw out the first winner here. And as soon as I draw the first winner, we pick up and we send the person money directly. So it's of no delay this afternoon. Keep the entry coming, *799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars or 70 cents and win yourself 4,500 Liberian dollars. So now move to our first winner on the catch giveaway so we can talk to them and confirm as to whether they have received their money this time around. Keep the entry coming and be that lucky winner. So we'll pick the first winner, and after this, we pick the second winner quickly. There's the first person now. We try to talk to the first person. *799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. *799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4K. Hello?
Yeah.
My name is Edwin Melvin Jua, and I call you from Vosa, Liberia.
Yeah.
What is your name?
Emmanuel Claw.
Emmanuel who?
Claw, K-O-E.
Emmanuel Claw. From where?
Lajo Kowe.
Okay, Emmanuel Claw. You play Vosa Liberia cash giveaway?
Yeah, sure, this morning.
How many times you play? One time. How you play?
What?
How you play the cash giveaway this morning? How you play?
Well, that's 799 hash, and then enter it, and then they give me option of your radio station, and then press number 8, and then I enter it, and then they give me another option which is 1 for USD and then 2 for LD, and then I enter 2 for for LD, and then I send it, and then they requested for my PIN code, and then my mobile money PIN code, and then I intercept my mobile money PIN code, and I send it.
Okay. So, Claude, you have won yourself $4,000 Liberian dollars.
Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I just took up my phone from him and they said that was working.
Yeah, check.
I didn't monitor it.
Okay, check that the message should be there. Okay. So we'll call you back to confirm.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, wait, they're already, huh?
Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you too.
All right, okay.
So Claude is our first winner for the cash giveaway. Let's take the second winner quickly and give the person his or her money and move on to the next conversation. Keep the entry down *799 *799# OK and select number 8 voice Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. And as you win automatically, we send you your money. And we are not joking with the money. Now we got the second winner. They get the second winner number quickly and call them to confirm their money. So keep the entry down *799# OK, select number 8 voice Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. Now we move on. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
My name is Edwin Melvin Juwako from Voice of Liberia.
Yes.
What is your name?
James Carr.
James Carr.
Yeah.
James, you play Voice of Liberia cash giveaway?
Yeah, since the morning I've been playing.
Since this morning you've been playing. How many times have you played?
When I'm making mistake, I think I play 7,000.
7 times?
Yes.
Wow. You see, it good to be trying your logo.
Yeah.
So you play 7.
I try my lolly money on the show.
Yeah, you know won.
Yeah.
And now you try again on my own. You now win 4,000.
Yeah, I saw the message. Yes.
The message just came, man.
Yes.
So how you play the game this the afternoon?
I started 9.5 and I'll select number 8. I want to pinko and play more LD.
Okay. So you are winning yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars.
Thank you.
All right. You say your name again?
James Carr.
James Carr. So James Carr has won himself another 4,000 Liberian dollars. You wouldn't want to miss this trending opportunity. Keep the entry coming through that *799# OK and select number 8 voice of Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. And as you win immediately, we send you your money to the account. No if or n on this one. So as soon as you win, we send it to you. Yeah. So let me see now whether we can move to our guy Ramsey in my giving, who has several other development there for us this afternoon, so we can talk to him, so he can bring us to speed on the superintendent. I don't know what happened to the superintendent, and the LDA got serious challenges, and Kakata now got new police commander. Too many issues in my giving, and Ramsey will fill us in this afternoon on the show Bit and Pieces. So keep the entry coming through the *799# OK, select number 8 voice of Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. It is a great opportunity for whoever that will take advantage of the opportunity. And once you play, you win. We'll send you the money like Williams and the other guy did. So keep the entry that *799# Okay, slide number 8 Voice of Liberia. Play with $100 and win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. And once you win, we send you your money quickly. So keep your call coming through. Keep your entry coming through. Trying to contact Ramsey. Okay. So trying to contact Ramsey, and so we can bring Ramsey on this afternoon. Keep the entry. The more you play, the more you win. The more you play, the more you win. So keep the entry coming to the star 799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 Voice of Liberia. Play with $100 and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. Ramsey is now on the line. Let's talk to Ramsey. Hello, Ramsey.
Hello, Mr. Joa. Hello to the people of Liberia, in and all of Liberia, and all those who are listeners of Voice of Liberia.
Welcome.
I'm glad to be on the show, Bits and Pieces, with you today.
Thank you, Ramsey, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, this is a privilege that I want to appreciate the Almighty God for, and also you and the entire team of Voice of Liberia. So from my Gibby County,
Yeah,
there are a series of things from our end here.
like you listed. The first thing we want to talk on, the superintendent has already sent her own listing of people to work with in the wake of the delay and controversy about appointments of my Gibi local authority. Let's start with this one first. How is it like?
Well, I think you guys are also following up on the issues in my Gibi. You said it right there. For my Gibi County, the superintendent, Madam Victoria Woluba Duncan, who is the lone appointee on this government, on Bwaga's government, at the level of the county administration, specifically on internal affairs, she has sent her own list in the wake of the controversy regarding the appointments of local authorities in my Gibi, because you must have the superintendent, the assistant superintendent for development, the one that we now call the county the county development officer. You must have the county inspector or the county administrative officer. You must have all of people working along with the superintendent. But then the appointment was made of Fedora Oliver Duncan. She was confirmed by the Senate. At another point in time, as you may be aware, the president made the people to the positions of development superintendent, county inspector, commissioners, city mayors, across the county. But then there is a controversy or a conflict that came about that list because UP and some of its alliances in the county had an issue. The Senate Pro Tem informing her that she must halt or deny the confirmation of the list of individuals that Bwaga already placed on the executive mansion website on ground that there were some tricks played by the national vice chair for governmental affairs and international relations of the UP, former representative Ben Fofana of my Gibi district number 4. And so I think the Senate Pro Tem listened to them and sent them back in the county. They had some conversation at one point in time. We thought they were going to resolve it. But this thing has delayed and delayed and delayed to the extent that at one point in time, when Bwaga came to my Gibi here to do a groundbreaking for one mission school, the representative of district number 4 now, Emmanuel Yah, told him that we want you to look into the issue of this local authorities appointment in the county because it is causing delay in the activities of in the workings of the local authority and how we need to do our work as a team to carry on development. Because we understand, according to what he said, we understand that you got the list on the mansion website, and there's another list also that was being sent by some group of people from the UP background in the county. So he responded immediately and said to the lawmaker that everybody can work in government. Commissioner, superintendent, and not the only job. Some people got to work in private sector. So that people start fighting for position, and he didn't address whether we're going to look into it, or whether the list will remain, whether those names that were sent by Youngbley will be changed. But it had been delayed at a certain point in time. It came to a point where it was like, it come to a standstill now, or the whole thing had been laid to rest. So, out of the sudden, recently, there was this noise in the county that the superintendent has seen her own list. And so she confirmed it publicly that, yes, she's seen her list. But then, I cannot tell you now who are the people she's seeing in the background it comes from. But there are positions like the development superintendent, county inspector, commissioner, and other people that needed to work along with the superintendent. So when you're hearing that she's saying her own list, the assumption is that she filled these positions with people that she thinks she can work with. So the other side of it now is the president has the constitutional power to do appointments of officials to work with him under the executive branch of our government. Now, the president comes out and he does appointments. Out of a sudden, some members of his party and the alliances to the party come up and say that what the president appointments do, this thing is legal or it's constitutional, but we're not satisfied with it and want it to be ordered because somebody in the party has a hierarchy who is close to the president did something that we don't like. Then another hierarchy in the party or another influential person in this government, the Senate President Lawrence, knowing that the president's appointment is constitutional, also considering that politics comes with interest or benefit and all this stuff, she did not look at the legal side of it. She looked at the political side and play the political game with the people you go by and settle it. Coming back to settle it now, they are not being settled and the superintendent is not sending her own list. As if, that's what some of the people are saying, as if the president is not able to handle this thing himself. So everybody, the superintendent thinks that she can send her list. The United Party people saying that on her list, it didn't work. The other person say we agree, no, we don't agree, and there's fight all over the place. The president is not saying whether he's going to withdraw the listing from the website. He's not saying whether those people will remain. He's not saying anything about it, and it sounds that, the president is not able to handle the issue or he does not know what he's doing. So that's why it is now in my Gibby. They're just escalating, and the local authorities' appointment have not been completed, and people are crying every day when these people will take office. Or why is it being delayed? Why is the president not saying anything about it? That's how it is as we speak now in my Gibby, with the local appointments in my Gibby.
So Ramsey, you care to tell us exactly who did she address the letter to? Is it the president or Yombling Kaga Lawrence the Putin, or she addressed the letter to hierarchies of unity partisans?
Well, the letter was written on her official letter here, according to what she said, and it was addressed to the president, the hierarchy of Unity Party, and all influential people that you can think about around this government, especially related to my Gibby. And those people she got a connection and closeness with. And she also, we understand, have been making some moves and pushes behind the scene.
So it appears like those who were appointed earlier by the president might be the same listen she sent back to whoever she might have directed her communication to.
That is what it senses to be like in a county, because the city mayor of Kakata, the what would I say? Let me say the appropriate way. The nominated person for the city mayor post of Kakata, the Reverend Bangawe Adisibo, who has served as administrative assistant in the corridor of the Kakata City Council for years. He's a man who was nominated by the president. He's one of the guys among the 16 people who are on the executive mansion website that was nominated by the president for position in the county. And we see them working closely in the county with some of the guys who names were on the website for appointments in the county. Some of them are normally seen moving or having activities and moving and closing ranks, like they're working together. So there is a possibility that she sent their names. There's also a possibility that she sent some names that she thinks she can be able to work with, because those people are politicians. What they're showing publicly sometimes can be different from what they are thinking and what they're doing behind the scene.
So the listing, you think the listing given by her will contradict, the listing from the president's office? What do you think will be the reaction of those who will be omitted?
Well, if the listing even by half contradicts the names of people, I mean the list that was sent by the president, the first people who will be disappointed, will be those people among the names that have been working with her closely. Then it would be like, oh, though we were awaiting confirmation, but we've been working with this lady, and all of a sudden she went and did this, or the whole thing changed around, so they may feel betrayed. And then those people, the other people who are not seen working with her, maybe there are some way that they've been meeting, talking, they have their followers in the county too. Besides that, there are people who also have interests. They want that list to remain. There are people who don't want it to remain. So if the list she's sending does not reflect the names of the rest of the people, their followers, and they themselves, they may have problems. So also, other people who got interest wanting the list to change, if you send names of people that do not, go in line with their names or with them, they'll also may be disappointed. It will just be something different. But the short of the long is that this is just, showing that the president is not handling this matter correctly, or as if he does not have control, or maybe he's not able to lay the rest, or that's something that is so difficult for him to handle. And to understand that everybody not just showing power. The Umbilical Lawrence showing power, the superintendent just showing power, the party people showing power. That's how it is. They fight all over the place, the north in the county.
Okay, Ramsey, thank you. Let's move on to the LDA in Margibi County. Some of the challenges you talk about. Can you go about outlining the challenges?
Yeah. So in Margibi County, the new LDA commander is Alex S. Flomo. He's been here for a little around 2 months. Let me say nearly 2 months. But then recent time, we started checking up how is the LDA working. We started looking at his progress and challenges. So what he explained to us before coming to the progress, the challenges that he explained to us and that we went to the office, we saw is that he said even though he is aware that the government is working through the LDA to address some of these challenges that they're having, and things will be okay, but these are the challenges they're currently having. When they go out to do arrests or to carry on operations, most time they have to rent bikes. They don't even have a single motorbike. And we went at the office and noticed that they don't even have printer there to print documents because they are security people. There are some sensitive documents that are not supposed to go out. But most time, you see them out to cafes or other places in the streets. They carry documents from the office to go and print it. To go and print it and do some other work about it. Even LEC, they don't have electricity to the office before you talk about printing documents. So these are some of the things he talk about. And so he call on the community to say this thing is not only about the LDA, it's not only about the government, but it's about all of us. If we say we're fighting drugs, everybody should be able to make effort. While the government is making its own effort to be able to support the branch here, you people can also be able to make some effort. Whatever way you can support, you give information for the LDA where to go on. So as part of the progress, he said since he came, I think he's been able to arrest 13 notorious drugs dealers in the county that were processed and they're being sent to court. They are awaiting trial. When the court reopens, then they will be going through adjudication to be able to answer to the questions regarding the allegations that were against them regarding the drugs business in the county or their involvement in the drugs dealings. So he also showed us one young lady who have been in the drugs business for so long that his office is working on to rehabilitate. He showed us the photo before where she lived and all the things, and her condition now, she's like, almost working with them at the office because she has changed structurally. Her attitude is not like before. And, sometimes some of these girls can be very beautiful, but because they are taking the drugs and also because there's no care, they made themselves to be found in a certain position as people in the dungeon. You will not see the beauty in them. You will not see the quality or whether they have some level of innovations, whether they have some things that can benefit the country. So she showed this girl, we saw her, he started working her. Sometimes they go to the market women will be appreciating, oh, thank you, you did well, we appreciate that. And so he also said, as part of his the operation of the normal routine of the LDA, he changed the leadership from Lower Mike Gibby, and then asked him why did he change the leadership. He said that's part of the normal routine. There's a leadership change there, and then he sent more manpower to pick up the strength of the people from Lower Mike Gibby. So there are a lot of things, you know, going on, but there are challenges they happen from what I understand from the LDA.
Okay, so Ramsey, with regards to how the community dwellers are to inform the people about people who are dealing drugs in the various communities, the community dwellers, some of them will feel weak about informing the DA. Don't you think it's because these suspects will be put behind bars temporarily? Maybe they will arrest them in the community just for 1 or 2 days. After 1-2 days, you see them back in the community, and it has created, you know, that bad feeling and that will of thinking that people or the DA don't want to prosecute the people, or in much the people in the community know exactly that these people are drug dealers, and they will alarm the LDA after arresting these people. After 1-2 days, you see the people back in the community. Don't you think it's one reason why you see community dwellers are feeling weak in informing DA about how people dealing drugs in community?
Yes, you know, this is something very important that you've just raised. And I raised the same issue with him the other day, that you're talking about the community, even though you say the community have been cooperating, and you call them on the continue to cooperate, especially to give information on people with drugs in the community so you can walk there and be able to take seeds of it, or maybe be able to arrest them. But there are fear that I think I say, you know, amongst the people, sometimes there's fear. Some of the people think that if I show somebody who is into drugs, and then the DA will come to arrest them, when they carry them 2 days later, they will come back, perhaps the person will come to attack me, or perhaps the person will come to the community and be boasting, and nothing will come out of it, and that will be a waste. So there's no need to follow. Let me just let it be. And then he said to me, no, but there is, and something that you also may be aware, there is a law passed, you know, to be able to protect drugs whistleblowers. So if I get information, Melvin Joao is an authority of the DA, or he works with the DA, whether an authority or not, I walk to him, explain it to him, and I should be sure it's not just about going to say anything, or just because maybe I want to indict somebody, or maybe somebody and myself, we have some problem in the community, and I think that's the way I can get to him or her. Something that I'm very sure of. I go to the DA and explain it, and the DA will see how best they can go there on the basis of information given them to use their security techniques and be able to nab that person. But then they are under obligation not to say anything about my name and wherever or the source I gave them the information. There's a law that states that. There's a law that protects whistleblowers on that. Okay. So he said that one is working, and then we don't worry about calling people name. Most of the people who have been giving information and most of the arrests we've been doing, we've been getting hints. And none of the people have faced problem, or somebody went to them to threaten them or whatever. So that's the same part we're going to remain on. And we can assure them that we didn't come to play. So when we grab the people, it's not going to be something we'll grab people 2-3 days later, you see them in the community. That's the reason why, according to him, those 13 notorious drug dealers in the county that have been here over the years that he arrested, since he came, they are already behind bars at the Kakata Central Prison and waiting court trial.
The lack of equipment by the DA raises concerns. So what is the authority of the county doing? In particular, the District 3 and 4 representatives, you know, these are two districts situated in Kakata, that you got more people consuming drugs in the two districts. What are the lawmakers doing, you know, in relation to helping the DA to combat drugs in District 3 and 4, in Kakata particularly?
Well, I can say exactly whether the authority have been able to, the DA authority have been able to meet the county leadership, especially the two representatives, Elena Torre and Emmanuel Yah. And I think it is very good so that some level of support will be able to come from their end. Moreover, I did not, you know, ask him whether he has been in a conversation or whether he has been able to make some requests or whether he went to these people through written documents, whether verbally or one-on-one, whatever way he can be able to reach out to them to find out something about support. We didn't talk about that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So bring up to speed with Magibi County new police commander.
Well, the new police commander from Magibi was just very, very recently inducted at the Kagada City Hall or the Kagada Administrative Building. And in that, at that program, we saw police officers from across Magibi, some of them from Monrovia, and I understand some came from Bone County. We also saw the LDA represented there. We saw the county, Antonio. We saw one magistrate from Bone County. We saw other guys from other security prince in the county. We saw the county administration represented there, and then the were represented there by one of their members, Pro 6. And so that program was held. His name is Patrick Komazu. He was taking over from Augustine Hali, who have been here for years now. So he's a new man on the ground. And then he said, as part of his vision, he wanted to ensure that Magibi will be safe, or the peace and security of Magibi can reign, and so that they will go ahead and continue from where the whole police commander stopped. Because the old police commander, as far as the challenges he left on the ground, he informed Patrick Komazu, that ACP Patrick Komazu want to have informed that one of the challenges we have faced over the years, and this is something that journalists have flagged out many times, and this is something that people have complained on. The police were engaged, they made some effort though, but it still persists. The drivers and the marketers in Kakata, the drivers will park anywhere, anytime, anyhow, in the night, in the day, anytime, anyhow, the marketers will be very stubborn to leave the main streets or to leave from the place where they are asking them not to be. Sometimes too, from their side, their issue have been the people should show, or the police or whoever that want them leave the streets should show them somewhere very necessary, or somewhere conducive, somewhere that has a terrain for business where they will go to do their business. Though we have the general market here, most of them do not go there. Yeah, though there's one point in time, there was somewhere where that they showed to the driver refused to go there, and that thing had been a long time. Even the former city mayor, Emmanuel Gore, at one point in time, he and the drivers had to take it legally, and it was a noise here and there in the county. Some authorities had to come, they found a way to solve it or to settle it down. So that's how exactly it had been. So he said that's part of the challenges, and so he was telling the what you call the new police commander. But in the county currently, from our observations, the same challenges that the LDA is faced with, similar thing like that with the police. For the police, I can say that they don't have LEC or they don't have anything to print, because Augustine Hali, under his administration, he said at least he observed at times some of the officers, when there is time for for football games, some of them will leave to go and witness the football game. So to be able to keep them on duty and keep them at the station, he made the availability of some flat screen TVs at the police station, and then they have LEC there and all the stuff. So the problems that are there now currently, you find out that at the police here, the vehicle is their problem.
Okay.
With the past administration, we used to see that they have one fifth-handed pickup. That every time they used to repair, sometimes people do SOS call on the radio to get money to help them repair it, and they call, and all the things to get the motor back. So most times people go to the police station, that normal routine, my man got to pay the policeman way for him to go arrest the person, and all the kind of things, and sometimes it's happening. So these challenges are things that, they were trying to make him to see and understand, but Mr. Hali did not comment on the issue of a vehicle or whatever, but these are things that we know and we see with on ground. Okay. So, that's how the situation is currently with the police.
Okay, Ramsey, thank you ever so much. Lastly, you talk about an update on the violence caused by the Fuladins against the Liberian in the midst of the land dispute. We've been talking about this thing, and you thought to bring it back. What is the latest update on it?
The latest is that he had, the normal Liberian men's thing and having the CLP, the common law practice, has already happened. So, the Liberian men's thing will be people talk about it 1 or 2 weeks, and everybody say, I forget about that thing, I go sit down, and that will be the end. So, as we speak, nothing is being done from all the authorities that I see, that I know that should be involved. Maybe they are doing it behind the scenes that I can't see, but nothing is being done that I know of. Where the case stopped to the extent where called back KK and come and had to take his mother's corpse to go and rebury a Madingo quarter. Since that time, I've not heard anything. Since that time, also, the representative of District Number 4, Emmanuel Yahoo, the residents of that place have been calling on, and they were saying that he's the only person they see, they look up to. I've not heard anything since that we spoke, and then I inquired for him that I'm hearing that you, Representative Emmanuel Yah, you have received money from the Flanese and you try to play down the people issue. He said, no, that's not true. He's not met me, the Flanese, and I don't even know him, and he doesn't know me or they don't know me. But since that time, there's nothing is being heard, nothing is being seen. The whole thing is quiet down. The locals who are there are crying every day. Even the county authority, the superintendent who are being in line with the Flanese, she went and mispresented the case to the caucus, creating the impression that the people on the ground are the one the problems. The Flanese are not the problem. Yes,
so it means they press. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
The press statement whereby the chief of office staff from the offices of Emmanuel Yah.
That thing was a fly.
So it means they lied to the people, eh?
It was a fly. They lied because they said they were giving the Flanese 72 hours, right? So they were giving him 3 days.
Yeah.
To be able to refurbish the desecrated grave, or legal action will be taken against the Flanese, Malians specifically. But after the 3 days, there was no action taken. Few days later, the man got disappointed and went and took his mother's corpse and went and reburied it. He took it from the bush, from the village there, along the Bowman's Way, and brought it way to Kakata. And the city corporation helped him with a piece of land, the Manugu Quarter graveyard in Kakata, and then he reburied her. So for that time, there's nothing I've heard or seen, or nothing. I've just absolutely nothing. Like the case now, that's it. And the Flanese had the activities going on cool, quietly to that place.
So the men lost all
the men, after misbehaving, after carrying on violence, and carrying on all the acts that you would not expect that a foreigner would do to a Liberian, they are now what they're in a Liberian way behind their ear cool.
So they're destroying all the properties of Koluba.
Well, I don't know why they want to do that, but I've been there recently. I didn't see them destroying the rest of the other properties yet, apart from the ones that destroy the other time. But the main reason was to ensure that I enforce the men to get out of that place, because the information we also have been getting is that the Ministry of Internal Affairs that have been putting fear in the local authorities and the citizens living over there in the interest of the Flanese, they also have been pushed by what you call the lady, the presidential press secretary.
Kula Fofana?
Kula Fofana. That's one of the information we've gotten from most of the locals over there, that she's the one. Most of the time, some of the people will go and maybe they understand our injury with that case, and because the big guys, most of them want to maintain their job. They're fair. The woman is powerful. She's close to the presidency. She can be able to do anything with her job. And so, as she presses them, they come down and press the local authority. The local authority disregard the case. The citizen living over there be crying around the place. So that's how the case is. It has turned to be the normal Liberian man's thing. Nothing is being done that I see and I know of. It's just like the Flanese, they are won the case, or like the people in court, they won the case, and it appears that the Flanese are right for what they did. And in fact, it set a bad precedent that next time all of foreigners should come and even kill Liberians because of land business or do anything against the citizens. That's why it is now in Magiri.
Okay, Ramsey, thank you ever so much for filling up this hour.
Thank you ever so much, Mr. Edwin Mervin. I hope to be with you another time. I appreciate the time.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ramsey is the branch manager of Voice of Liberia in Kakatama, Gibi County. And you listen to all of the reports coming from the county. He talk about the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency We talk about the superintendent, and lastly, we talk about the police, the newly police commander sent to Margibi, and lastly spoke about the long-standing land dispute between the Fulani and the Liberians, who initially was given a hope by his representative of district number 4, but the hope was turned down, and it's been alleged that the representative received bribe from the Fulanese. So he turned down the interest of the citizen in district number 4, Margibi County. So let's now take this word for word and place it in a context. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, Margibi Detachment, has a serious problem or challenges. And these are challenges all over the sector of the DA, not only Margibi and not only the DA, but both the DA, the police, even the army. It's just like the army is so blessed that they pack them to a particular place. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency will allow that they don't have some equipment, they don't have motorbike, they don't have car. So to have quick access to areas where people are consuming drugs or dealing drugs, it makes it difficult because they have to go rent motorbike, charter bag to take them to the place. And before getting there, sometimes the guys will escape because they don't have, the equipment to calm down the situation. So the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, Margibi Detachment, is calling on central government to look in their direction to see as to whether it's possible they can make available motorbike for them, one or two motorbikes, or they can make available a pickup for them, is something laudable. Then they also stress on the issue of electricity. Electricity is in Kakata, LEC is in Kakata, but the building where the DEA office is located is isolated. So they don't have current. So by extension, the government, it should be the government prerogative to extend poles. So the DEA office in Kakata can have an electricity so as it can give them that smooth operation. Because mind you, the drugs dealers will have a very serious and strong mind, especially when you have gone to arrest some of their colleagues and put them behind your cell, and they will want to galvanize themselves to go and get rid of the cells, maybe bust the place to get their colleagues out, especially when that name is attached to the person, that the person was being arrested for taking drugs or for selling drugs. So we all know that drugs is non-billable. So it risks the DEA persons who will be on shift at the moment where the drug dealers will galvanize themselves, to try to go and free their colleagues who have been put in the temporary cell by the DEA. So the people who will be on shift, the guys will come there, it's dark, no light around. They don't have motorbike to blow alarm or to run after, to run and save themselves. So if the guys will come together and want to get rid of the DA there, it takes them just a second. So they're calling on central government so they can have, electricity at the DA office in Kakata. They also raised an alarm for stationaries. They don't have stationaries. So the issue of sheet, pen, printer, they don't have any. You see them writing, they'll buy their own sheet, start to write on it, and they don't have any funding coming for extra materials for DEA. So central government will have to supply them with these things. But I see it difficult for central government to respond to these crowds. I see it very difficult because the central government itself, since the issue of the DEA director, A.B. Kroma, and the deputy Fadika, up to current, we yet to understand, what is ongoing there and how the situation is like. So the president appears to be very slow in taking action or decision. So since then, if the DEA will be, complaining on the lack of equipment or materials in the county. Who are they channeling their complaints to or their requests to? Because they are to channel the request to their director, and the director will be able to tell the president or whoever that is responsible for security matter, and they will reach it out to the president. President will link out to some of his colleagues in the outside world, tell them that this I think our DA sector is faced with, and we want to tackle these situations. You come to our aid, you help us. But no commander right now. They are suspended the commander and Fadiga. So up to current, so who you think they complain or the crowd will be going through to pass through to go to the president? And Mr. President, since then, is very slow in taking action. Okay, so we move on to the police. Police and the DA, they got similarity. The only difference, I think, DA chasing directly drugs. Police can also chase drugs, but not directly. Then they will go on scratching the issues or difficulties in the county, especially with regards to the drivers. You know what hurt me is the drivers union. Yeah, the drivers union will come on to say they got the authority to park cars, but they lack the authority to find space for the taxi drivers to be parking their cars so people can go and get they can book the taxi. So they will come on with that mind that they got the authority to tell the taxi driver not to take passenger in the middle of the road, but to pay due, but they don't have the authority to find space for the taxi driver. So at the end, taxi drivers will just park in a part of Kakata City and pick passenger. Whether you come in Morovia, you going Banga, Wayala Highway, all over, they will just park and jam the street. So the street vendors too, people selling along the street, and they will jam the car with a wheelbarrow and stuff. People who are passing, we who can be passing now to find a space to use, we don't find a space. We end up passing on the quota, and it is risky. Any car could lose control and run into somebody who's using that route, and it will be very difficult and bad. Then before Kutu can come in, the issue of this lane issue. The land issue, we talked about it here a couple of weeks ago, I think months ago. The Fulanins took advantage of the Liberian man land because he has money, and people who we think we should be running to when we have issue, our leaders. So the lawmaker or the representative of District Number 4 in Magibi, Emmanuel Ya, after Caliban, who is a victim, ran to Emmanuel Ya, the representative of District 4. Emmanuel went on and had a press statement giving the Fulanins 72 hours ultimatum that if he can rebuild the grave of Caliban mother in the district or at the site, he was going to take a legal action as a lawmaker. And you know, in Liberia, when they say lawmaker, we all can be happy when a lawmaker is on your side. So Coluba was released a bit for that length of time. They were happy. But for certain, the lawmaker now has taken Satu with the Fulanins. And it's being alleged that they bribed the lawmaker, Emmanuel Ya, they gave him some money. So the Fulani went, and they also said it is alleged that he bribed the local authorities, the town chiefs and all people there. They carry armed men there and sporting men there. You see? So the lawmaker too, they say he received his own share of the money, and he now turned his back to Koluba, his own Liberian brother now. The person who is serving as a representative for, he turned his back on the guy. So now, up to current Ramsey reporting that nothing has happened on that land issue. So that's how it is. Kutu.
All right. Thank you so much, Melvin, for your opinion and your analysis on some of the issues coming from across Liberia. But to be frank with you, I firstly want to start out first with the DEA. You know, the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, the DEA for short, is a government agency in Liberia responsible for enforcing laws related to illegal drugs and substances too as well. The agency is tasked with the responsibility of combating drugs trafficking, distribution and abuse within our country. The DEA works closely with other partners and agencies to ensure that their work is done, smoothly. The same situation the DEA is faced with is unique to that of the police too as well. Because if you go in our various communities and see the kind of situation these agencies are faced with, it becomes frustrating to know that we have a government in this country. The DEA is confronted with a lot of challenges, brother. Even
a lot.
Even if the commander doesn't come out to speak about it, but we as media practitioners, we are in the know of all of the challenges that the DEA and that of the LMP are faced with too as well. To combat drugs in this country, it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. To enforce law and order in this country on the part of the Liberia National Police is not also an easy task. It requires a lot. And so they are using every meager resources they have to ensure that their work is done effectively. But they say, our people get us saying that you can't push the willing horse to death.
Yeah.
And so we hope that this new government that has come to rescue the people of Liberia will listen to all of the challenges faced by these law enforcement agencies and begin to do something in order to address their plights or the situation they are confronted with.
Certainly.
My man, for the government of Liberia to procure vehicles for these agencies, I don't think it is something that will cost the government a lot.
But you got one person in the ministry using 75,000 car.
That's what I'm saying.
And you got police don't have even a motorbike.
You just stole the word from the master mouth.
Yeah.
And I was just about to say exactly what you have just said.
Yeah.
My brother. What the essence of somebody riding at the $5,000 vehicle? You know how many of these four-wheel drive vehicles that a man can purchase to be used?
Even if you buy a motorbike with that money, right, 95,000, so using like I think 95 pieces of motorbike.
Exactly.
95 pieces of motorbike.
Yeah.
So 95 pieces of motorbike to be distributed across 15 counties. You know how many each of them will carry?
You saw the other time when we were walking, going around they were going across, and you saw the police right around Accra in there.
Yeah, the DEA.
The DEA, not the police, pushing the pickup.
They were pushing pickup.
with their picture of that. But it was so funny, my brother, to see such a thing happening. And I stood there and said, this too is Liberia. But I mean, other people come in, other people country, they see these things, they see things that are amazing, and they go back in that country and speak about these things. So why here if we have people coming into Liberia and see our DA officer pushing one leg,
fifth-handed.
Yeah, they're fighting to get it done. And it just doesn't start in the rest of it. They're on the ring pushing it only because they want to do a piece of job for their country.
That's all.
So we need to facilitate. The government needs to have what we call priority issues. You can't keep doing things that are unacceptable and forgetting about the priority issues. The president of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, has spoken about drugs free in our country. They came out, he spoke lengthily about it, and there were so many emphasis that he made, even went as far as even doing drug tests. So that should serve as a priority issue for our country. So this is the time for the government to be able to put some resources into, getting logistics for both the LMP and that of the DA.
Certainly.
So I don't want to talk too much about the LMP. Like I said, the issue is unique. The DA issue is unique to that of the LMP. So, I mean, these are the kind of situation right now that we're going through here. We're interested to know that in Margibi County, and I know this is unique to all of the counties too as well. In Margibi, there's no one vehicle over there to be used for police operations.
Every joint security.
So I saw on Facebook those small 16 valve vehicle.
Racing taxi.
The racing taxi. What we gotta do a racing taxi here? What a rule you get for racing taxi? What are rules that are here for racing taxi? Is racing taxi the priority right now for LMP? No. I mean, I think what we need to do and what the government needs to put money into right now is to be able to get some four-wheel vehicles, no pickups, no jeeps, to be able to be used for police operations and DA operations too as well. But you bring in racing taxi, the commander now just tell that thing and be using it for their own private use.
But nobody can be on here blowing siren whole day.
Exactly, the whole streets of Monrovia noisy.
They be blowing siren all year.
You buy
they're going eco bowl, they're blowing siren.
And the city corporation, I think the city corporation, the Monrovia City corporation need to take that into seriousness because I think it's against the city ordinance too as well. You just get a pile of vehicle passing all over the street. Every private car say get home. Everybody paving the way for them to pass. I mean, it's not called for.
Never called for.
You see, unlike doing those days when we were beginning coming up, when we hear siren man, no straight at the president coming. Everybody will be on their light.
Yeah.
But this time, nobody get respect for siren because everybody
Motorobasha got siren.
And so that's how it looks like. So I mean, the government needs to focus on priority issues for this country. And I think if that happens, it will help our law enforcement, agencies to work effectively.
So before we just go to the superintendent issue, I know you'll get to the land issue, right? Let me inform the people on our cash giveaways is on. Keep the entry through that *799# OK and select number 8 for Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian and win 4,000. So the next round we coming select about like 4 winners in row. So once we come and call the 4 winners in row, put your entry and be a part of the 4 winners. First we call 2. Now we come and call additional 4. So just put in your entry and relax. Their phone be on. Then when we pick you the winner, then we send your money directly to your account. Keep the entry coming. That's *799# OK and select number 8 for Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian and win 4,000 Liberian dollars.
And Melvin,
or play with 70 cents and win 4,000 Liberian dollars.
And Melvin, my man, thank you. You're doing well, my man. I lying to you, man. You're putting food on the table for other people. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And everybody, I mean, you know how many calls I receive on a daily basis and people commending Voice of Liberia for the cash giveaway.
Oh, okay.
At least they're able to get some money, to provide some money on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool.
Because right now it's not easy in Liberia. And that's why we continue to inform people to keep taking advantage of this cash giveaway.
We're not giving ordinary people money. We're giving ordinary people money.
Yeah.
So keep the entry, take advantage of it, right? Take advantage. That's *799# OK and select number 8 for Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian or 70 cents and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. So move to the superintendent. Let me have my say later. Kutu will have a say and get to the land issue. Then we go to the line and have a say. The superintendent has written a communication, and the whole thing here.
Superintendent.
Margibi superintendent.
What about Duncan?
What about Duncan has written a communication, to the president, giving names of who she feel comfortable working with, following the dispute of some names that came out, the alliances of the Unity Party in Margibi said some people names were placed on the appointment, and the president don't know them, and the president care to know all of them. president now even have to know commissioner before you appoint commissioner, but there can be recommendation from the county to the president. So the president has made his appointment, and later they went back to the president and said, and not the president, but they went to Yobli Kanga because they feel that Kanga has a direct
and that rescue model now.
Yeah, relationship with the president. So they went to Yobli and they informed Yobli about the appointment. Yobli looked into it and sent them back to the county and said they must go and do their own housework and come back. So since they came back, there have been no redress. The House of Senate has not confirmed the local authorities in Margibi. So only the superintendent they have approved or confirmed, and she's the only government appointees in Margibi. So now she wrote a communication and calling for speeded intervention by the president. So she gave names that people she working with currently, people she feel found pleasure in working with at the moment. And much the president has not redressed the situation, so she sent the names to the Protein Yobli that these are people I feel comfortable working with, and I'll be working with them that the president can finally come up. So I don't know how they also want the president, because they say Emmanuel Yard raised the issue. Emmanuel Yard, I think he can raise, but when they bossing people man grave in the place, he didn't care. So they say Emmanuel Yard asked the president about the appointment because he said he has interest. Maybe he got people that the president appointed are working along with him. The president told him that they stop thinking on appointment. Everybody can work in government. And once you hear that talk, it means the appointment stand. Everybody can work in government. Let other people try to follow and look for company work to do. You must also understand, once the president has stated that, you must know that the president is not thinking about retracting his appointment. He's not thinking about replacing the appointment. So those appointees will stand. So I don't know how they want to term it to be. But however, that's how you can come in now with your analysis too on the issue. But keep the cash giveaway coming through on star 799 hatch. Okay, select number 8 for the Liberia. Play with $100 and win 4,000 immediately.
Yeah, I thought he said 10,000 because myself I can start playing now.
No.
Because I will looking for Harry.
10,000 will be on Wednesday. So give your analysis, then we go to the line. And
well, I don't have that much analysis to make on that issue, because I think that everyday basis that might give can their own training event there, issue down there, to be frank.
Mm-hmm.
But the president needs to be in authority. That's all I have to say. The president has already appointed local administration to be able to run that county effectively, headed by Anthony Ventura Walbach Duncan. And all the people names came out in the E-Mansion website. We saw them. They say, the people are only waiting to be confirmed by the Liberian Senate. Up to present, the reason why they have put a halt to the confirmation of these officials are yet to be known. So it speaks to the fact that the president is not in charge. How in the world when a president comes out and says this, and that list enters an E-Mansion website?
Can you grumble?
Then at the end of the day, somebody just can't step on it from nowhere. So who leading the country now? Who heading this country? Is it the president or
the
associates around him? So we need to be very clear on this issue.
Honestly,
everybody making their own list. The superintendent making her own list, sending it. Youngly making her own list, sending it. The president on the list to Kim or ever saying, even on E-Mansion.
And they just you all the legislature in that country.
So we started something in a country that will not be able to end. They say what you can end, don't start it. This will be the only government that I will see, or the only president that I will see, that will do a list of local officials in Senate, and that list bans.
I tell you,
that list bans back.
Bro, I tell you,
on grounds that did not certify with the people that the president appointed.
Does his president seek confirmation from you?
Exactly.
Before appointing somebody?
The president has the right to appoint, and people work as per the way and pleasure of the president. So instead of that, then you come out to say, now you let that position over there.
No.
Are appointed positions. So you see, so we need to be very careful. And the whole thing about it is not let us say they're fighting opposition, they're not fighting CDC.
They fight them among themselves.
That's also unity party people fighting among unity party people. You see how frustrating it is.
Mhm.
On a more serious note.
Yes.
So who is more United Party than your friend? The superintendent says she's more United Party because she joined United Party. I was saying, but now she was with MOJ or MOU, the movement of one. I know what thing.
Yeah.
She in a party.
Yeah.
She was not part of United Party, but yet she was supporting United Party.
Mm-hmm.
They said their group, their party was supporting United Party too. So that's how it looks like. So this thing is going across Liberia, not only in Magibi, it's going across Liberia. And we need to be very careful on what we do. So, Mr. President, you need to be in charge of your country. You need to be in charge of the country.
Certainly.
You know, that's why sometimes when the people blasting you, we can feel sorry sometimes. But sometimes when you look at it in a sense too, the ref are blasting. So if you're not in charge, there will be so many things that will be unfolding. Okay. And you, the leader, everything will boil down to you.
Okay, so let's pick Afra from Bone County. Then afterward, we open the line and get the reaction of followers on the radio. Hello, Afra. Good afternoon, Afra.
Good afternoon,
Afra, will you leave the noise and go to a quiet place and give us the report?
Good afternoon, Melvin, and good afternoon to our many listeners in Vigilant.
Afra, bring us to speed with regards to the over 150 students from 4 high schools in Salala have written phase 4 of the Thompson Development Alliance student internship program with an appreciation to the CEO, William Thompson, for the initiative. Yeah.
Yes, over 150 senior students from the 6 high schools in Salala district have written the aptitude test of the Thompson Development Alliance Student Internship Program. This is the phase 4 of the internship program, and students from the Modolato School in Bonkandi, Lower Bonkandi, the NS Yanti Modolato High School, senior students from the Total Luchin Parry High School, senior students from the Joe Mag, Upper Room, and the other schools from Sarada, John Guam, and Tottenham on today enter the aptitude test, which is one of the means of bringing those senior students and empower them. So over the years, the Tony Development Alliance have been giving senior students in the district the opportunity to do the internship work right after their work. So this year internship program is the phase 4 of it, and students from various high schools have entered to this test with a president on our Thompson for the initiative, for always undertaking the initiative of empowering the outgoing senior students so that they can be self-reliant after high schools and focus on their studies.
So what are those particular disciplines they will be acting in?
So the aptitude test today was mathematics and English, and after that, the another settings will be the interview, because it started with an application was accepted today, the aptitude test, and another setting will be doing the interview, and after that, the final listing will come out of students that will be successful to do the work.
So why do these students stand to benefit?
They stand to benefit 10,000 each with envelope after the 1 month that will be assigned. It will be assigned to various institutions based on a series of studies. If you want to do journalism, you'll be sent to the Bureau Community Radio Station that will be total for the 1 month, and you'll be sent to the Basic Center as well for the post of the 1 month. And after that, there will be a camp opening at the Total Tax Community Bank, and 10,000 will be put in the bag bank in the bank book in order to empower those young guys or those students who will be working out of the world of high school in order to start their life right after high school or go to the University of Liberia. Go to the universities in Liberia and do that internship so they can start. Because according to the CEO of the institution, Thompson, he said over the years he observed that whenever students come from high school, the means of starting becomes very difficult for them. So he brought the internship program in order to empower students. Right after high school, they can be able to take the whole step and go to university, which he feels that the 10,000 is enough to pay, university entrance fees, and other students can make use of that. As a result of that, other students who have benefited Most of them are in Vera University arriving from our district. Most of them invest the money to business and empower themselves.
Okay, Alfred, thank you all so much for filling in.
All right, thank you, Melvin.
Thank you. Okay, so Alfred just filled their in with that development from Bone County. So let's get your reaction now. 0770907 we talked lengthily on the drugs-related issues in Margibi and challenges faced by the Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency in Margibi County. We talk about the Liberia National Police, the appointment in local government in Margibi as well. And we talk about how we depend on the lawmaker, but sometimes they turn our effort down. 0770907 call and have a say. Shortly, then we move on to our cash giveaway and try to give money out to our people. Have a say on the conversation this evening. 0770-907-907. 0770-907-907. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency facing serious challenges in Margibi County. Not only the Margibi County detachment, but it is a serious problem all over in Liberia. And the Liberia National Police facing similar problem as well. The government calling on central government. Is it possible that central government will help the DEA or the police in that direction after they brought in racing taxi instead of bringing hustling for pickup, given the understanding of our roles in Liberia? Can that taxi chase or can that taxi be assigned in Bapolu? Can that taxi be assigned in Lofa? Can that taxi be assigned in Nimba? Can we send that taxi in Sino? No. The various police directors in Monrovia will just be the one, flying around Monrovia with that, with those pickup, let's say those taxis, with sirens all on it making noise around here. And while you got the police in various counties being left over with no police patrol car or the joint security, no car to be used for them. So call 0770-907-907 and have a say. And afterward, we move on to Liberia. Former President George Weah giving heroes welcome by supporters fuels speculation of political comeback. So shortly we take our winners. We got very few winners on this cash giveaway, but keep the entry coming through. That's *799# OK and select number 8 versus Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 10,000 Liberian dollars. But keep your calls coming and have a say on the discussion. 0770-907-907. 0770-907-907. Why it is true, we trying to figure out colors. Let's take the president on the line. Hello? Hello? Yeah. Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
Hello, your name, where you come from?
My name is Abino Bijuru and I call from Bravo City.
That's here you, Abino.
Yeah, it will be necessary that the use of the ego. It is necessary.
How?
Because
where did Hugo come from?
From the government, because the government, everybody depend on for it to be successful. So what we urge them to do is that, because mainly when it comes to the security service, the security people screen to do it necessary, especially when it comes to the DEA. Yeah, they screen every day to make sure that people, children, they move themselves from jobs. As I'm speaking, I'm a DA personnel. I'm talking to you. So it's necessary that they do it, because they come to the security sector, they are scrapping. But yes, there is no good benefit for them. They are risking their life for others. So that's what I'm having to say. I'll stop.
Thank you. 0770-907-907. Police will need to be respected. DA will need to be respected. They need to be given a vehicle. Star 799 hatch. Okay, slot number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 and win yourself 4,000 Liberian dollars. And Charlotte, like I told you, we pick up our winners in row. We don't want you to miss this opportunity. We'll pick up the winner. We'll pick the winners in row, and as soon as we pick up them, we move on to our former president George Weah, arrival to country, and zoom it out on the presentation today. 0770-907-907. You can also have a say while we're generating our winners here. Okay, now let's move on to our third winner here on the cash giveaway right now and talk to them. Okay, we have generated the other winner. So I told you we'll generate winners in row, right? It is 0, 1, 2, 1. Okay, keep the entry through star 799 hatch. Okay, select number 8 was a Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, hello.
My name is Edwin Melvin. Do I call you from Vosa, Liberia?
Yeah, I listen to you on the radio. Yeah, definitely.
You just play, right?
Yes.
Ajena, you play?
Yeah, I played before, then I played not too long. Yeah, 3 times.
Okay. How many times you play?
I'm missing that 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, today.
Okay. And how you play?
Where I played star 1, star 799 hash.
Mm-hmm.
I updated, then I went to number 2, I updated, then I enter my single.
Okay. So, but have you received your money?
Yeah, I received it just now.
How much? How much?
$4,000.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You say your name again?
For me, Yaya Sise.
Yaya Sise.
YHYA.
Yeah.
SPSAY.
Okay, Yaya. Thank you, Yaya. So Yaya Sise has won himself 4,000 Liberian dollars. Let's pick another winner. Let's pick another winner quickly and move on. So we're giving out 4,000. Keep the entry down. Star 799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 Voice of Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000. As you play Buck, yeah, 4G. We're making money lazy right now, right? So keep the entry coming. Keep the entry coming quick. Let's pick up another winner. Yeah, and we got another winner right now. Let's call the person quick. Let's pick this winner. And this our 5th winner. Huh? Yeah, this is our 5th winner. No, our 4th winner. This is our 4th winner. And after then, we pick up another one again. So keep the entry coming to be the winner of your 4K. Be the winner of the 4,000 Liberian dollars. Keep the entry that star 799 hatch. Okay, and select number 8 for Liberia. Play with $100 and win 4K. Hello?
Hello.
My name is Edwin Melvin Juwako from Voice of Liberia. What is your name?
My name is Mohammed Kone.
Mohammed Kone.
Yes.
Did you play Voice of Liberia Cash giveaway?
Yes.
How many times you play?
More than 5 times.
More than 5 times today?
Yes.
And 5 times, so that 5 ball you play, or more than 5 ball you play?
Yeah, more than 5 ball.
Oh, okay. Mohammed. So, Mohammed, you win 4K. You win 4,000 Liberian dollars.
Okay.
You got the money?
I don't tell you, I was sleeping, I just wake up.
But then you woke up with good luck.
I just we call me. I play put the phone down because I'm not worried about it as you can hear my voice.
Yeah, okay. So use that money and go through your say, yeah?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I'll call you back to confirm.
All right.
Okay. So Mohammed has won himself 4,000 Liberian dollars. So why you think Mohammed will win and you can also win? Yeah, why you think Mohammed will win and you can win? Let's take another winner. Let's pick another winner quickly. We'll pick another winner. Keep the entry down *799# OK and select number 8 Voice of Liberia. Play with 100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. The more you play, the more you win.
Yellow.
Hey, so the other person not answer. So I don't know what going on with the person here. But I mean, call the person again. If I call the person and again pick up, and then we pick another winner. So keep the entry coming through, then win your 4,000 Liberian dollars right now. Okay, the call going through on this person. The call going through. *799# OK and select number 8 Voice of Liberia. Play with 100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. As soon as you win, we send you your money. Yeah? Okay, so we can waste our time on the person. Let's see whether we can pick another winner. Let's see whether we can pick different one. Yeah. So keep the entry through *799#. Enter then OK. Select number 8 Voice of Liberia. Play with 100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. It is an opportunity for all of you listening to Voice of Liberia. Now we want to move on. Former President George Weah. Yeah, former President George Weah giving heroes welcome by supporters fuels speculations of political comeback. Robert F. Margibi County, the Robert International Airport RIA was abused over the weekend as current and former lawmakers, National Executive Committee members, party stewards, and well-wishers of the Congress for Democratic Change, CDC, welcomed their political leader and former president of Liberia, George Weah, back into the country after more than a month. Despite the huge presence of supporters, there was no official program conducted. However, a convoy accompanied the former president to his home. Additionally, programs are expected to be organized subsequently while he is in town, according to the party's Secretary General Jefferson Kochi, who posted on his Facebook page. VIB lodged claims and counterclaims. Before the highly publicized arrival of former President George Weah, there were calls by partisans to allow the CDC standard bearer to use the presidential lodge, citing his status as a former president and that fact that he had delegated it 7 years ago before leaving office. In an effort to resolve the matter, Inspector General of Police Gregory Coleman met with former Mosurado County District 8 Representative Akara Gray to discuss using the VIP lodge instead of the presidential lodge for the former president. However, the conversation did not go well and the police RG walked out of Gray. Later, RG Coleman told journalists that the VIP lodge is accessible to the former Liberian leader, not the presidential lodge. The VIP president, let's say the vice president, government officials, and former presidents have access to the VIP lodge. The VIP lodge is ready to receive former President Weah. The presidential lodge is for the president and visiting presidents. So he has access to the VIP lodge, and nobody is denying former President Weah, Police IG Coleman said. The FPA reported covering the former president's arrival said there was a brief period of tension between CDC supporters and state security, but the situation was brought under control through the intervention of the party's leaders. Having been denied their request for their political leader to use the presidential lodge, the CDC decided that the ex-president and his entourage would use the ordinary terminal instead of the VIP lodge, as shown by the police inspector general. With a smiling face, the former Liberian president exits the plane and was greeted by party executives. Of the reception he received during his presidency, he is fresh and prepared. Moseralo County District 9 Representative Frank Salfoko Jr. dressed in his unusual white suit with a rare CDC beret, told journalists that Mr. Weah is the next president of Liberia and that the process of getting him re-elected in 2029 starts now. This is the original president of Liberia. He is back. He is very fresh and is prepared to come back to the presidency. Come what may, George Weah is the next president. Comes 2029. The activities of his return to the presidency starts now. Representative Frank Salfoko added. He added, the greatest Liberian on earth is George Weah. You just saw what happened just now. We are peaceful. We are not here to trouble. We are using our regular terminal, even though we were denied the VIP lodge, but the former president is very humble, so he has no problem using the regular terminal. Since he left the presidency, Weah's travel out of Liberia and returns have been marred by claims and counterclaims over the use of the airport VIP lodge. On Saturday, Weah did not use the VIP terminal again. Instead, he arrived through the regular terminal. The VIP lodge is locked. We went there with the former president's protocol, and the place is locked. George Weah is very humble, so he will use the regular terminal, Representative Frank said. Airport authorities are yet to respond to Foko's claim. No coalition, no party, he my boss. Since his departure from Liberia's top job, Weah has been in and out of the country several times, but this was a special return for many of his supporters, including former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor, Madam Taylor posted a picture of herself dressed in a blue shirt with the CDC inscription, blue trousers, a white cap, and predominantly white sneakers. She wrote, "Welcome home to my boss, GMW. No coalition, he is my boss. No party, he is my boss." After being cheerfully received by supporters, the ex-president and other party executives in a convoy drove out of the RIA compound. Along the route to his home, people gathered, waved, sang, and danced, passing the man they cherish. We are narrowly lost to his political nemesis, President Joseph Yuma Boakat, in the 2023 presidential election. In the early days following his loss, he announced his retirement from politics, prompting speculation that the party was searching for a new political leader. House Speaker Jonathan Fonati Kofa, a CDC steward, Mr. Alexander Benedict Cummins of the Alternative National Congress, and former Vice President Joel Howard Taylor have been touched as possible candidates to lead a coalition in 2029. However, current events suggest that Weah could be the face of his party in 2029. About a tough fight ago, Weah, speaking from abroad in a live radio interview, asked the Unity Party-led government for failing to live up to expectations. He accused the Boakat-led government of dishonesty, claiming that officials are not genuinely interested in positive change, but have returned to Liberia due to the lack of sources abroad. You wanted change, but Boakat was not the change. Those who left the country and now claim to return to change are not sincere. They are here because their situations abroad were not prosperous. We are stated. Political commentators say the former president's comment make a renewed interest in shifting the country's political landscape following his defeat in the November 14 runoff election. So we stop right there and try to put some of these things into context. But the cash giveaway is still on. Keep the entry coming through *799 hatch OK and select number 8 votes of Liberia. Play with $100 Liberian dollars and win 4,000 Liberian dollars. It is a good deal for all of us. You play, you win. So, before the arrival of the former President George Weah, the police inspector general Gabriel Kotmo met with Akaras Gray, former representative of District 8, Mosoralo County. And when they met, the discussion was centered around the VIP and the president or the presidential lodge, so that former President George Weah can use the presidential lodge or the VIP they would term it to be. But the first thing here which you ask ourselves is that when did they have or created the presidential lodge different from the VIP and the normal terminal? Because we've been knowing that they got the VIP terminal and the regular terminal, or the VIP lodge and the regular terminal. So before the arrival of former President George Weah in country on Saturday, the police inspector general met with Akaras Gray, and they went into a conversation about the former president to use the request from the police IG to Akaras Gray was former President George Weah should use the VIP lodge, but he should not use the presidential lodge. Askara Gray refuses the order or the request from the police IG and said, our leader is not to pass through the VIP lodge, but instead he should use the presidential lodge of the airport. And while going in the discussion, the police IG is reported that he walked away from Akara's Gray presence. So they were left with no alternative, but it was widely understood that in a march, the government would send the police IG to tell Akara's Gray that the former president George Weah to use the VIP lodge, but not the presidential lodge. It applies that the former president and his entourage should be in the know that they will not use the presidential lodge, but they will use the VIP lodge that he had been denied of using for several times in country. So the former president was being denied of using the same VIP lodge several times in the country, but the police IG representing the government will go to talk to Akara's Gray only because the various statements from supporters of former President George Weah that if they will not allow George Weah to use the VIP, because previously it has been known as the VIP. So if George Weah will not be allowed to use the VIP, that means they would not allow anybody to use the VIP and they will bust the plane. So that statement alone is a threat. And the former president George Weah left in America and sent down message to his supporters that they should be kind and remain resolute on the issue of him using whether the VIP, the regular terminal, or presidential lodge anywhere. He must just come down from the plane and pass and come outside so they can receive him. So he said he want to do that because he want to maintain the peace and stability of Liberia. He, George Weah, built that VIP lodge. So CDC built VIP lodge. Citizens should not destroy the VIP lodge. Now, Representative Frank Sarfoko comes in. He said, and since he wrote this, the airport authority has not come up to do a rebuttal or to debunk the Representative Frank Sarfoko. Frank Sarfoko said the former president arrived at the airport. When he arrived, he protocols went to the VIP lodge where they have earlier agreed and told Akara's Gray that the former president will use the VIP. After sending Gertrude Coleman to go tell Akara's that they should tell former President George Weah he will use the VIP lodge. Now, the Representative Frank Sarfoko telling us that the protocols of the former president went to the VIP. Though Akara did not agree with the IG, but instead he insisted and said that the president must use the presidential lodge, something that got the police IG walking in the face of Akara's Gray. They all accepted now that since the IG walked out of our presence, so it means we will not use the presidential lodge. Okay, let's use the VIP lodge as is being proposed to us. So when the plane landed, the protocols decided to take a tour to the VIP lodge to assess the place, because they got to check the place and make sure everything in tight, security protocol, everything on course. So according to Frank Sarfoko, they went there. So it's something like he said they went there, so it means he was part of the protocol, right? They went there and the VIP lodge was locked. It was never open. So they went back and told the former president George Weah that the VIP lodge is locked. So this is what Frank Sarfoko said. He said the greatest Liberian on earth is George Weah. You just saw what happened just now. We are peaceful people. We are not here for trouble. We are using our regular terminal. Even though we were denied the VIP lodge, but the former president is very humble So he has no problem using the regular terminal. So now, since he left the presidency, we have traveled out of Liberia and returns have been married by claims and counterclaims over the use of the airport VIP lodge. So on Saturday, we did not use the VIP terminal again. So instead, he arrived through the regular terminal. So the regular now has to do with where everybody passing. The VIP lodge is locked. We went there, and you hear me? So my friend Safoko was part of the group that went to check to the VIP lodge. He said we went there with the former president's protocol, and the place is locked. George Weah is very humble, so he will use the regular terminal, Representative Frank Safoko said. So when they went there, the place was locked, and once the place locked, you can boss the place. So that was how Frank Safoko and the protocols, they went back to the president. He was still around the plane, and they told him the VIP lodge locked, he can't pass there. So he said, okay, but no problem, let it be. Passing through the regular terminal, where everybody passing, that's not problem. We are all human. So former President George Weah said we are all human. They think they're not something to, that's their will. They have decided to deny me, and I will use this route. So the former president used the regular terminal where everybody passing, that's the side he passed. And if you witness the video, you will see the number of people, the group, because the VIPs are not much group. So it raises, concern that the president, the former president, the security on ground there, who have plunged into different things with the citizens, because you could see everyone wishing to touch the former president. And at the regular terminal, you don't have that level of restriction on how many people to go there, especially during a political rally. But at the VIP, that it is restricted, that very few people can just enter there. So you come from there, you get on the cash crate and people to come. But at the regular, you will come outside and walk down, come down the step. Everybody will see you, people looking at you, and you passing in the group to go and get on your car, and which was risky as well. You could see somebody being planted among the group to do something bad to the former president George Weah, as we saw similar to America, Donald Trump, who was being badly hit by a bullet. So nobody want to see their rival in a political group or their rival, flourishing over them politically. They will want to assassinate the president. So it was a race on the part of the former president to have using the regular terminal, because if you use that place, you are vulnerable, you are exposed, everybody's seeing you. So if possible, anybody can do anything to you there. Imagine America that got all the tight security protocols. Donald Trump was still being maced despite the bullet touch his ear, but it was not the main area they were hitting. Donald Trump in America that got that kind of tight security protocol. One more about Liberia, that you got police people around, officials who don't even have the real serial baton before you can talk about gun. So the former president was at risk at the moment. So if something will have happened to the former president George Weah, if something will happen to George Weah now, who takes the blame? So that's the reason why you see people can be requesting that the president should pass to the most protected place. It's not because the president is more than everybody or like this, but the president is a rival. The president, everybody wants to see the president. So if the president using the VIP, it protects the president from vulnerability. So when the president is vulnerable, anybody can do anything to the president at any time. Later, when the former president came out of the terminal, he saw people watching. Everybody won't go touch him, just to touch him. The security protocol was not that, it was in tight, but not that to that extent to say, it could stop the crowd over there, because the AFL, initially the AFL decided to stop the group from entering the corridor, but they could not make it. The very few people that came at first, they started to stop them, but later on, the huge group that came from behind, AFL could not make it. So AFL now, they are trained. So what they did now was, they just let the group come in. So the whole group that came in, they were marching towards the former president. They wanted to touch him. They want to live for him. celebrate him. And that was not what happened. It was somebody who had been in that group, planted them on the group to do something to him. So it raised his life. So it's only going to happen and say, oh, former president, let's say former President George Weah, this one happened to him. God forbid that we know and we pray that it will not happen to any of the leaders in the country. But this government was being painted badly in the outside world, especially denying your former president from using the VIP lodge by lacking the VIP lodge or lacking the presidential lodge as well. So you expose the former president, you make him to be devalued, you make him to appear as if he got nothing to offer the Liberian people. He valueless and nobody to care about him. That's how he appears. And these things are not good. If former President George Weah will go to Ghana, the people use their presidential lodge for him. Well, he got nothing doing in Ghana, but they were giving he is a former president, but in Ghana, they gave him their presidential lodge to pass through. Then in Liberia, the VIP to pass again, it became problem. So why are we hating each other in this small, old, and fun-looking country? This is the reason why the country can flourish. The country can prosper because we got malice for each other. We got grudge for each other. So now, let's give it a stand where in 2029, if George Weah becomes president, George Weah wins election. These things you people doing to this former president, don't you think he will want to pay his debt? So if he's paying his debt, you'll be around again. Oh, the president like this, the president like this, and you can't pay evil with evil. So if the former president George Weah might have done something that you don't like, it doesn't mean you should also do the same thing to him. That which we yet to know what he did to your back. It's not fine. So if the former president is being denied using the VIP, making exposed to danger or harm, it does not give the country a good facelift. The former Vice President Joel was there. Frank Safoko, you heard what I read. The group, what made the group to have dismissed or depart from the place was when the various leaders decided to lead. Frank Safoko will come and call his group, and his group will follow him. And former Vice President Joel will call her people. They will follow her. So that was how the group started going down, so that the former president could even be allowed to come outside and get on his car to pick up. There was no formal program. Why? Because the group, they could not manage the group. We went there with the OB, our outside broadcast team. We went there. But the way the group was, you could not station a particular place to say you want to put on the equipment to talk to whoever you want to talk to. They could not permit us because of the group. So it was never a good thing, by the government. Up to now, the airport authority has not responded to the situation. These things are not good for our country. It raises concern on the stability of the country. It raises concern on the peace that all of us enjoy. When the former president lost the election, when George Weah lost the election, the first thing they said was reconciliation. ECOWAS came in. ECOWAS said Liberia has demonstrated a hardcore level of maturity in Africa. So they are urging all of the African leaders to follow the path, on Liberia. But we in Liberia, we still yet don't know or have discovered our value. ECOWAS will say Liberians have demonstrated maturity in Africa. They have demonstrated and have one of the most peaceful elections in Africa. They commending us across. But then in Liberia, we stay here fighting each other, yet to understand and discover the value of each and everyone in Liberia. Being a former president does not mean you are powerless, does not mean you are devalued, does not mean nobody knows you. It does not mean you don't have anything running in the country. So if ECOWAS, by extension, will call for a reconciliation right after the election, commenting Liberia, what more about you and myself now? So also they will praise us. In our country, we are misbehaving on each other. Let's listen to ECOWAS.
Reconciliation starts immediately in Liberia so that everybody can have a sense of belonging and we can avoid any other upheavals in Liberia. Reconciliation starts immediately in Liberia so that everybody can have a sense of belonging and we can avoid any other upheavals in Liberia. It was a lesson for Africa. We need to learn from Liberia. We need to know that elections take place regularly, and if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck next time. And we thank peacefully and hope for better luck. And if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck. That elections take place regularly. That elections take place regularly. And if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck next time. And we thank Liberia and we salute the courage of President George Weah.
We salute the courage of former President George Weah. Election comes regularly. Those are words that are on the line. Election comes regularly. So 2029 will be another election. ECOWAS salute the courage of former President George Weah. They praising us also there. Nigeria, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, and all the West African countries are saluting us for the maturity we exhibited, especially the political leader of the CDC, the tough rival to the United Party, accepted the result of the election, lost the election, and let it be. But now the people praising us, then we in the country here among ourselves, disrespecting each other. Then when we go outside, we feel we want for people to respect us. So these are how the curse can follow the country. When you see the country can improve, that the reason everybody got malice, everybody got grudge for each other. Like what the woman said, election comes regularly.
We need to know that elections take place regularly, and if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck next time. And we thank Liberia and we salute the courage of President George Weah.
The woman who was speaking over there, the non-Liberian woman, you get the accent of the woman, the non-Liberian woman speaking to say, oh, there was a mob up or a polish up stuff. No, never.
We need to learn from Liberia. We need to learn from Liberia. We need to know that elections take place regularly, and if you are beaten, you hand over peacefully and hope for better luck next time. And we thank Liberia and we salute the courage of President George Weah.
Let's now go to the line and have a say on the conversation. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. Call and have a say on the discussion. Then we call it a day on the presentation. 0770 907 907. The cash giveaway is still on. Hello?
Yes, hello.
Your name and where you go from?
Emmanuel Johnson calling from Oro.
Emmanuel, let's hear you.
Yeah, but George, you are not passing to the PRP law because he's not president no more. And we hope that you will not come back again.
All right. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Your name and where you come from?
I'm calling for Dawson, Moses Wiega.
Yeah, let's hear you, Moses.
You know, this old man Boaka long hard law for this country. It's why improving the Liberian people. But though George Weah is a peaceful man And he know what came from 14 good years, you suffer around here. And get with them, all for calling to Jordan personal again. So, Bogata will not finish. This year again finish. So, these guys joking with Liberia. We don't want profit. We're ready for the guys. They will feel bad about themselves.
Okay. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, where you come from?
I'm Kamaya Gawa calling from FKD Bolivar.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Yeah, I just want to tell the former president thank you for all in the father is a full step for Georgia. People keep inciting violence in common citizens. And those that keep carrying on provocation on the radio, let it stop. Yeah, I don't know when you get where to do.
Okay.
So,
Thank you. Thank you. You made a point. Hello? Hello? Your name, where you come from? Mommy, you're not being too much serious. Hello?
Good evening, my brother, and good evening to Liberia.
Your name, where you come from?
My name is Isaac James Colley Jr. and I join your conversation from Swag District, Liberia District number 5 in Bon County.
That's you, Isaac.
Thank you. As you rightly stated, my brother, former President George Manawea have served this country for 6 years, and he served this country. And if people want to respect this man, then it means that you don't want the peace that this man maintained for the 6 years. You don't want the peace to be maintained. I told one of my friends, he said, my man, a man who speak of peace is done off. Because even in your relationship you have, if there is peace in a particular relationship, brother, if there is problem there, once that peace is then maintained, I don't care. You will not see that woman or that man carrying you or any of the friends outside there. You will not see it. But once you don't protect your own relationship, it's a bad thing. You see ECOWAS appreciating.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello? 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 0770907907. Surely we take our winners because of time. Due to time, we take our winner. Hello?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Your name and where you come from?
Name is Joseph. Can I do conversation?
Yeah, Joseph, let's hear you.
You know, my brother, this country, we always told people, the rightful leader for this country, he was given by God. And he is no one as the president, former president we are. For me, I call him president because I have never recognized any presidencies in this country with the exception of George Manawea. There are things that he did, things that he showed, the evidence are there. That I can stand on and say, yes, among all of the presidents, this is the president of the people. And this is why you see those guys will continue to fight to bring him down. You think we are greater than them? You think President we is power greater than them? If the man were the very thing that he did by 11 o'clock that night, if you can recall, my brother, the man took food and congratulated him. That's why around they were mad at him. It showed us that the level of democracy, level of peace he has, the mind of peace he has for this country.
Okay.
We will not push him to do things against the world. 2029 is almost here. Yeah, almost people have faced their lives already. So we send our message to all citizens. We remain kind, very peaceful until the day will come, and our men will be back by the grace of God.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the show.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, your name, where you come from?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to my very skills of law, you are exhibiting all way to maintain the democracy we are enjoying. For the level of recognition for the public and poker. For the resident of the
Don't show me
the matter is
much longer to change.
Be brief. Time is of the essence.
Yeah, I know you guys are doing a tremendous effort. We have to give a flower deserve your friend, my man. I know only the top people, but we have flower deserve. So the issue, you see, we should be very grateful of President Weah tolerance. Seriously speaking, if President Weah was somebody that is a dictator and somebody that actually that has a level of articulation for this, trust me, we should have been here at this on the hour. Because many President Weah have been insulted, President Weah have been in disgrace, probably only because he is an opposition or opposition or stand up bearer. And wrong. All people were here opposition on stand up bearer when they were sick. They were see President Weah to hospital. The record is there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all so much, Poka. That's all the time we got for colors. We move on quickly, then take the hour window. But keep the entry coming quickly so we can do the last draw. Star 799 hash. Okay, select number 8 was a Liberia play with $100 LD and win 4,000. Hello. Yeah, my name is Edwin Melvin Jua. You play for the Liberia cash giveaway and win 4,000.
Yeah, but I received the message. I'm so happy.
Okay, thank you. Enjoy yourself, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. So, folks, that's all the time we got for you. And we're going to be back here tomorrow afternoon from 3 to 6 o'clock. We say thank you ever so much. Those of you who followed the program and participated, some of you who tried participating but never had the chance to participate. We see you on tomorrow. My name is Edwin Melvin. Joachim Manjus is on sabbatical and we'll be back sooner and possible.
I have no appetite, my food has no taste, I'm losing weight.